Imagine looking out across the open Atlantic and spotting a ship drifting completely alone. You board the vessel expecting to find an active crew or a captain at the helm. Instead, you find total silence. There is no one on the deck and no one in the cabins. This was the reality in December 1872, when the Mary Celeste was discovered sailing itself near the Azores. 10 people had vanished, 7 experienced crewmen, the ship's captain, his wife, and their young daughter. In a typical maritime disaster, a ship sinks or the crew is found struggling to survive. What makes the Mary Celeste unique is the total lack of any visible struggle or physical damage to explain why the ship is empty. When investigators examined the vessel, they found the hull was entirely seaworthy and floating high. The people on board hadn't run out of supplies. The food and freshwater stores were fully stocked and had not been disturbed. The cargo, a massive shipment of industrial alcohol, was still in the hold, largely intact. There were no signs of a fight, no bloodstains, and no damage to the railings, effectively ruling out a mutiny or pirate attack. To understand the departure, we have to look at what was missing from the deck, starting with the ship's only lifeboat. Precision navigation equipment, like this brass sextant, had also been removed. These tools were essential for finding one's way across the open ocean. These missing items suggest the group left the vessel intentionally, choosing the lifeboat over the safety of the main ship. This creates a difficult question. Why would 10 people choose the uncertainty of a small boat when their ship was still functioning? One theory suggests the captain believed the ship was about to explode. This diagram shows how noxious fumes and intense pressure build up from alcohol, making the captain fear a ticking time bomb. The crew would evacuate to the lifeboat temporarily, trailing on a rope until the hold cleared. A second theory points to extreme weather, where a sudden storm might have convinced the captain to abandon the ship before it could be swamped. But both of these theories face the same problem. If the crew intended to return to the ship, why were they never seen again? While fear likely drove them into the lifeboat, an unknown event must have severed their connection to the Mary Celeste, leaving them stranded. After the ship was recovered, search parties spent months looking for the missing lifeboat. They found nothing. No wreckage, no oars, and no debris from the smaller boat were ever identified. The 10 passengers were never found, dead or alive. While the people vanished, the Mary Celeste continued to sail, drifting through the Atlantic until it was eventually found and put back into service. We have a complete record of what happened to the physical ship, but the fate of the people who sailed it remains a blank space in history. The Mary Celeste is a reminder that the ocean is vast enough to swallow 10 lives without leaving a single mark on the vessel they left behind.